Well, the Senate scandal won't be the only thorn in the side of Conservatives during their national convention.
A group of Vancouver comedians has created a TV ad to run in Alberta this weekend. Peter Granger reports on the plan to remind people of another example of questionable spending by the Harper government.
Ladies and gentlemen, your limo is here.
This is the TV spot that will be running in Alberta.
Luxury. Yeah, well, you paid for it.
In 1 year, the Conservative cabinet spent $600,000 of our tax dollars on overtime for their limo drivers.
Doesn't need to be fancy.
Comedians Ryan Beale and Sean Devlin created the ad. They say the airtime is being paid for by private donations. Unsuspecting Vancouverites were invited into their rented limo to learn about the limousine largesse in Ottawa.
No matter how you come down, sort of on what side of the political spectrum, it's sort of one of these, like, you know, is that really necessary? Hey, back off.
Beale and Devlin picked up on a story that CTV's Ottawa bureau chief Robert Fife broke last year.
How can they have the nerve to tell Canadians the cupboard is bare while these ministers' front benches are stuffing themselves on perks and entitlements?
Our ministers are working long hours for the economy, long hours for jobs, long hours for the people of Canada, and sometimes that means a little bit of overtime by the drivers.
For crying out loud, even Batman drives his own car.
Since the story first ran, the Conservative government has capped limo expenses, but that's not stopping the comedians.
The fact that they're in the top 1% of income earners really raises the question, why should we be paying for these limos as well? Certainly they could probably afford that on their own, or they could just take the bus like the rest of the MPs.
Beale and Devlin have aired political ads before. They mocked Harper's economic action plan during the hockey playoffs, and they're already working on their next ad, an attack on what they say is a lack of transparency in the federal government. Peter Granger, CTV News, Vancouver.